Well. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. You're looking at Ethan Van Sciver. Aren't you happy to see me? I'm happy to see you guys. 27-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan and trusted member of the media. Hi, everyone. Hello. All right. Yay. All right, everyone. Hi. It's good to see many of you. We've got 72 people watching right now. I'm just going to wait until more of you come in here. $183. That's not enough. I don't get out of bed for less than 500 people. 203 people. 247. That's not bad. That's not bad. Come on in, guys. Come on in and sit down. Have a seat. Have a seat. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Talk about mummies while we wait. No. We'll save all that stuff until there's some more people in here. It's not enough people in here for me right now. Not enough people in here at all to hear all of the good news that I have for you. All of the great, funny, awesome stuff that I have to say to you. Welcome. Welcome. Fatty rolling out of bed. I mean, I literally do. I mean, most of us do, right? We roll over, don't we, to get out of bed? I mean, it's not just me. Raging Golden Eagle says, did someone tattle on him and tell Daddy Marvel that he was an alt-right Nazi sympathizer for talking with you? No, that's not what happened at all. Very close, though. Very close. You have to understand something. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had an incident here. For those of you who are not regular viewers, why would you not be a regular viewer of this show? This show promises so much entertainment every single day. Every day, almost. Well, most days. I'm sitting here on camera talking to you guys, bringing you light and joy, making you happy. I do not know why you would avoid, how you could possibly avoid watching Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I am your sunshine and you are mine. So a couple of weeks ago, actually, I guess it was like a month ago now. As I'm looking, I guess it was April 7th of 2020, an incident happened. Now, Donny Cates, the biggest writer at Marvel Comics, from what I understand, decided that he was going to go on YouTube and do a show, just like we do. I mean, we do these shows, we talk to you guys, we interface with our audience. It's a good idea. I actually think it's a great idea that he does this, except not the way that he did it. He went on there with his wife, and he was a total pussy. And I don't say that lightly. I don't mean that like, oh my goodness, this guy doesn't meet my own standards, my own vigorous standards of masculinity. And of course, those are the pinnacle of masculinity. That's me, obviously, very obviously. I mean that he was sitting next to his wife, and he was saying things like, sometimes I just need to talk at you. Sometimes I just need to be listened to. And I don't need you to solve my problems. I just need you to listen. I might just want to spiral at you. And I need you to just be there and accept my cry tornado. Just be there and be my partner. Partners are supposed to accept and enjoy one another's emotional hurricanes. I just need you to spiral, or to listen to my spiral. Be a good partner. It was obscene. It was very, 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 very gay, and not in a good way, not in an internet like war campaign gay way. It was just kind of, pussy-ish. So we made fun of him for a little while. I mean, not unjustly, not too long, but we did make fun of him a little bit. He responded to this not well, and he decided to call into. He sent me a message through another person saying we should have a talk. We should have a summit meeting and work things out. I said, the fuck? Okay, you want to talk? He's like, yes, you and me, we're going to talk. So I gave him my phone number. I said, call me whenever you want, Donnie. You want to talk to me? Of course you can talk to me. He called me at 1:30 in the morning when I'm doing a live stream with you guys. And it was a series of mishaps that ended up with me on the phone with him live. Let's in case you didn't see that, let's go to tape. Let's go to tape, everyone. Let's watch this together and remind ourselves of the horror.
What's up?
All right, let's take a look at the campaigns that we've got going on right now. Oh, we got a voicemail. Hold on a second.
You can listen to it. Just mute.
Hold on. Transcribing voicemail. It's literally 2 seconds long. No, I'm not calling. Stop. I accidentally called him.
Oh, no.
All right, hold on. I'll call him real quick.
I'm going to send him the link.
Hold on.
Send.
Don't send him the link.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
Oh, now he's doing it to me.
1480.
I had to do a Miller song there. Oh!
Yeah, this is I would have just said I can't talk right now, Donnie. I can't talk right now. We're doing a show. Doing a live show. All right, so Cyberfrog, Unforgettable Tales, Dan. This is a reprint of look at this. We got another backer. Appreciate that. This is a reprint of the very first 2 appearances of Cyberfrog. It's in demand, but the campaign's still cruising. We got Vengeance of Vampirella versus or featuring Cyberfrog #1.
Awesome.
Got another backer on that. Here he is again. All right, hold on. Hey, Donny Cates.
Ethan, how you doing, pal?
Good. I'm live right now. Like, people can hear you, so I'm warning you of that right now. Like, I'm actually doing a live stream right now. You want to say hi to ComicsGate?
Well, I would prefer if you and I could have a private conversation. I really would.
Well, I can't because I'm having a very public conversation. But if you want to say hi, ComicsGate, they could hear you right now, and they'd be very happy. 2,000 people.
Well, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
They get Donnie. Okay, all right, Donnie. I'll call you a little bit later. All right.
No, you understand. This is just, hey, look, I'm not bothered by it. It's just that you kind of sprung it on me. Is all.
Just say hi, ComicsGate. These are fans, Donnie. These are people that buy your book. Say hi, ComicsGate.
Well,
why wouldn't you do that?
I got nothing but love for people who want to support good and honest comics. I'll say that.
Then you love ComicsGate. Then you love ComicsGate.
You love ComicsGate. That's what ComicsGate is. We can have a private conversation later, but right now I'm in the middle of a big live stream. I will call you tomorrow.
All right. Well, you know what? Okay, that's fine, man. I mean, you know, when you and I DM'd back and forth, I reached out and I said that I would like to have a private conversation with you, and you agreed, and I thought that would be the beginnings of some kind of an accord. Of some sort of a
Donnie, you are live right now. People can hear you right now. Do you know that? You understand that? I'm warning you now. People can hear you talking right now.
I know.
Okay. All right. So just so you know that, Donnie, we can still have a conversation. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. It's just that right now is not the best time.
I understand that, but you and I did agree that we were going to have a private conversation.
That's why I'm not talking to you right now, Donnie. I'm on a private conversation. That's the thing. Now is not a good time to do that. So I just wanted to tell you I will talk to you tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow. You'll have a beautiful summit meeting. It'll be fantastic.
Well, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about, Ethan. I wanted to have a private conversation with you, man to man.
You fucking called him.
And then you put me on blast in front of all this. And
Donnie, you called me. You called me at 1:30 in the morning.
I called you on your private line.
Yes, I know. And I'm live streaming in front of a whole lot of people, Donnie.
Yeah, man.
And all I did was I wanted to say to you, it's okay. I'll talk to you later. I'm busy right now. There's nothing, Donnie. Nothing nefarious is happening here. All I wanted you to.
I understand that. I know it's not nefarious. I get it. We're all good. Everything is good here. I'm just saying that a text in front of this saying like, "Hey man, would you be okay with going 2,000 and all that?" would have been okay. I'm happy to do that in the future. I really am. I promise that.
The chat is literally crying right now. They're very sad that you won't just say hi to ComicsGate.
I will absolutely say hi. I will say hi to anyone who supports comics.
That's ComicsGate.
I will. Hey, look, I'll just say this. And you know what? And I'll just say this. And then Ethan, if I agree to just say this right now, will you agree to have a private conversation with me?
Donnie, I've agreed to have a private conversation with you 100 times. I'd be happy to talk.
Okay.
Thrilled to talk to you.
All right. Then what I will say publicly here is that my comments in the past regarding the group that has called themselves ComicsGate, the people that I have lashed out on have been the ones that have been attacking me. And the thing that I was going to tell you on our phone call was that I'm sure of it, that there are many people in the organization that are not that are just people who want to make good comics and have peaceful interactions and stuff. And the people that I have lashed out have been probably the vocal minority that have been hateful, that have been, have lashed out. And Lord knows I've had my moments as well. Okay. And so
why wouldn't you want to do this in private? Why like this is the stuff you wanted to say in private. You're now saying it publicly, which is good. I mean, I applaud it. I think it's good that you're saying this stuff.
I want to talk to you about it because I there's more to it. Okay. But really what it comes down to is, my wife and I started our video and we got a lot of hate. And all we were trying to do was promote comics that were still available from shops that you could order from. All right? That's all we were trying to do. And it was never supposed to be an attack on anybody or anything like that. And bottom line, dude, I don't want to take money out of anyone's fucking pocket. Like, I don't want to take a job away from anybody. Like no matter what your book is or what your group is.
Don't worry about me, Donnie. It's not about me. You have to understand, Donnie, it's not about me. Okay, it's not about me or any of these creators here. ComicsGate's tens of thousands of fans who publicly supported your work before you denounced them 2 years ago. Don't make peace with me. Make peace with them, Donnie, because I'm not going to betray my fans by publicly endorsing your behavior. All of this positivity shit is bullshit. Apologize to the fans who supported you, and you demonize them all when you demonize ComicsGate.
Well,
don't worry about me and my career. I'm doing great, Donnie. I'm doing fine.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this idea that somehow people have got it into their head that I want everyone to fail and I want everyone to. I'm trying to take money out of people's pockets and stuff, and that's not true. All right, and you and I can have a longer conversation, preferably that that you and I can have one-on-one. But man, look, I'm tired of all the fucking hate, of all the hatred and shit.
We are too.
Yeah. And hey, here's the thing. I'm sure that if we all sat down, we'd all agree on more than what we disagree on. You know, and I think there's been too much of a divide and too much of bullshit people talking for us instead of people talking of like us talking to each other.
Donnie, I will tell you this. I will tell you this, and I want you to put yourself for a minute now. Let's forget about the fans. And you and I are supposed to have a talk. I want you to imagine that the industry that you gave 25 years of your life to simultaneously work together to convince the general public that you were a Nazi. And I want you to wonder to yourself if you would ever forget that or ever forgive that. Would you do that? I want you to think about what it would be like if leftist media publications on the internet all converged with the help and support of people who you consider to be your peers to convince the general public that you were a bigot, a homophobe, a racist, and a Nazi. Is there any way that you would ever forgive those circumstances?
I can understand where you're coming from, and
right.
I'm serious when I say that. I can see where you're coming from now. Okay, and I'm you know I've been getting a little bit of that myself, and I can only imagine. But seeing is how, and I don't mean this to be an attack. I don't mean this to be any. Again, you called me, and I didn't know there was going to be 2,000 people here.
I did it on accident. I was trying to look at your message to see what it said, and I accidentally hit the phone button and then hung up real quick, like shit. So
that's
you,
okay.
Yeah. I didn't mean to call you back.
That's okay. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to have a one-on-one with you, because I do believe that if you and I could actually have a conversation, that we could come to some sort of accord where we can not hurt each other, and we could figure out. I don't know. That's the conversation, right? And look, you're not going to get this from fucking Scott Snyder. You're not going to get this from anybody else. Like, I'm actually trying to fucking, like, reach out to you here. All right. I'm sure that you and I did disagree on a lot. I'm sure that there's a lot that we agree on, and I'd like to have that conversation. And if I'm not being as eloquent as I want to be right now,
not everybody can be as eloquent as me, Donnie. It's elegant, charming, and humble.
It's because I didn't know that I was about to be live streamed to 2,000 people, but I will say this, and I'm going to let you go, okay? Because I'd like to continue the conversation in private.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
I'd like to leave you with this, and in the past, some people, and I'm not accusing you or anyone else. Some people have accused me of this being insincere. I want to genuinely just like leave you guys with. I genuinely hope that like you guys are happy and healthy, and like even though we disagree on shit, I hope you're in a safe place, and I hope that you're all taking care of each other, and I hope that we come out of this in a world where, I mean, I hope to God in 10 years we can still, it's not Mad Max times, and we can still keep on these arguments, So I hope that we can at least agree on that.
I don't want to argue with you guys. I want to beat you guys. That's what I want to do. I want to beat you guys because I don't want to argue.
And you know what?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And with that, I'll tell you what. That goes back to the grand tradition of DC versus Marvel. That goes back to the professional, like the distinguished competition kind of shit. Like, but there was a respect there. There was like, hell yeah, I want to beat you. I definitely want to fucking beat you. And I'm into that. But I will say this, man. I will never do anything to try and take food off of anyone's tables. I will never try and hurt any of your campaigns. I will never try and do any of that. As far as like an ideal scenario that I want is that I'm allowed to do what I do, which doesn't hurt you and doesn't attack you, and you do the same, you know? And if that can't be achievable, then that's okay, and that's a conversation that we can have. Okay. And I'd really rather have it without 2,000 people.
That's right. All right, so I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, which is to respect my fan base, and I'm going to listen to my fan base. I'm going to listen to my audience. And by doing so, you and I and, you know, Marvel Comics and anyone else out there who wants to call me a Nazi and call ComicsGate derogatory names are automatically going to lose. Simply by virtue of the fact that I am going to stand between them and you is going to make me win. So I don't need to compete against you guys. I'm already winning. The fans are already on my side. And I would recommend to you, Donnie, that don't think about me. Don't give me any thought at all. I would think about your fans that are disappointed in you. I would think about putting politics out of your conversation entirely. This is not an argument that ever needs to happen in comics. What needs to happen is you need to be getting people excited about Venom, about Carnage, whatever it is that you're doing over at Marvel, and then leave everything else alone, because people are going to disagree with you, but people want to love you the way that they love me. People are going to want to love you. So I would recommend that you do that, and don't think about ComicsGate. When ComicsGate says something to you, say, hey, ComicsGate, buy my books. And that's all you need to say. That's it. Understand?
Well, Ethan, I look forward to a continued conversation. I would prefer it in the future, and this is not an attack, if you and I could have a private conversation. But I wish you well. And I sincerely hope that all your projects go well, and I'm sure they will.
All right, pal. All right, you have a good one. See you later. Woo! And that was it. Woo! All right, yeah. So that was, of course, the Donny Cates appearance that changed everything. Absolutely changed everything. Everybody was talking about it for a long time. It was something else. And I guess it had consequences. But I think one of the best consequences, one of the best things to come out of that, we'll talk about something new in a second. One of the best things to come out of it, of course, was Geek Chorus's classic song, Donnie Be Good.
You've heard of beta males and you've heard of cucks, guys who follow wives around like baby ducks. When he doesn't act the way a good boy should, she just narrows her eyes and tells him, Donnie, be good. Wears a biker's jacket like he's really tough, but his wife shuts him down whenever she's had enough. No, Donnie, no. No, Donnie, no. No, Donnie, no. No, Donnie, no. Donnie be good. He had a lot of balls just a few months back, but lately he's been shooting from an empty sack. Raging on Twitter, throwing lots of shade. I know that he's married, but does he ever get laid? Candlelight dinners almost every night, but his wife's in the mood for some Italian tonight. No, Donnie, no. No, Donnie, no. No, Donnie, no. No, Donnie, no. Donnie be good. like a man. Stop bitching on Facebook and shitting on fans. Passing the hat all over Tinseltown. He knew his time was up when they said pencils down. I wonder if he will ever see the light and admit ComicsGate was right. No, Donny, no. No, Donny, no. No, Donny, no. No, Donny, no. Donny, be good.
All right, everyone.
You may
That
not be
is.
ready for that, but your wife's kids are gonna love it.
Oh, that was the great Geek Chorus. Geek Chorus. Hail Geek Chorus. Make sure that you subscribe to his channel, ComicsGate Troubadour Geek Chorus. All right. So what's happened since? We got some word that. Look, here's the thing, guys. Donny Cates represents Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics, of course, is run by people who don't like us. Marvel Comics is not happy with ComicsGate. Marvel Comics is not happy with our message. Marvel Comics is run by people who tried to destroy your boy Zach, who tried to destroy me. Joe Quesada spent an entire weekend, probably on some kind of substance, and decided to attack us. He decided to debate ComicsGate all weekend. This is Joe Quesada, CCO, Chief Creative Officer of Marvel Comics. Absolutely ridiculous, absolutely absurd. Now, Marvel Comics, like I said, was not happy with Donny Cates, from what I understand. And they actually threatened him for appearing on my show. Donny Cates got a formal reprimand, which is something else. From what I understand, he was told he would face formal disciplinary measures if he ever came on and talked to me again on this show. That's Marvel Comics. What does it mean to be to be disciplined by Marvel Comics? We're gonna take the ball gag out of Donnie's mouth for 1 minute, Marvel, please. Formal disciplinary measures. If he ever came on and talked to ComicsGate again, there are some people out there that are sitting there saying, Ethan, you promised that you would talk to Donny Cates. You promised that you were going to call him. Now, I said I'm not going to call him, even though I said on that stream, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll talk to you anytime. I think everything that needed to be said to Donny Cates was said to him right there on that stream. So I'm not going to call him, and for his own sake, God Almighty, for Donnie's own sake, the worst thing in the world is to be given a sit down by Joe Quesada. I've had a sit down by Joe Quesada one time, and that was unpleasant. I don't want that to happen to Donny Cates. I'm not going to call him. Donnie, I'm staying away from you. I'm so sorry. So what did he do? Donnie apparently had to change the subject, and Donny Cates was in the news. Of course, that video went viral. That video was everywhere. Everybody was watching it. Everybody was talking about Donny Cates. Some people were speculating that he has all kinds of drug issues. After that, at least alcohol. That was a bizarre performance that shocked everyone. So maybe you guys noticed all of the, I'm buying everyone's comics. I'm going from shop to shop, and I'm buying all of your comics. I'm going to, I'm interested in COVID. I'm doing COVID charity. All of this bullshit. This was Donny Cates making amends. This is Donny Cates crawling on hands and knees to Marvel Comics, trying to show them, trying to create a smokescreen, trying to create the illusion that he was no longer thinking about ComicsGate, that he was no longer talking about us, considering, making peace with ComicsGate. Instead, it was all about going and buying everybody's subscription boxes, as he spent thousands of dollars to change the subject. So absolutely fascinating. Marvel Comics, how dare you? I love that Marvel Comics watches this show. Can I just tell you that? Marvel, I know you're watching now. I know you've got representatives watching right now just because of the title of this video. Let me just say, fuck you. And please get it together. Please get it together and start talking to these customers with respect. They used to call themselves Marvel Comics fans. These people are not buying your comics anymore. These people have felt disrespected by your company forever. Forever. Can you get your people in line? Can you get these idiots to shut their mouths? Is that possible? Is it possible to get these jackasses to please shut their effing mouths on Twitter? And it hasn't stopped. Here's Ron Mars here. Oh man, this is going to upset all the right people. Well done. Well, what? Disney Plus updates. An Ironheart series is in development for Disney Plus, planned to start shooting in 2021. Well, I guess, it's not going to happen in 2020, is it? The original series, original in quotes, followed Riri Williams, a 15-year-old genius who builds her own suit based on Iron Man's. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So this is another Brian Michael Bendis character, I believe. Bendis keeps creating these kind of African-American teenage geniuses who are pissed off at the world and steal. He did this for DC too. He goes over to DC. He creates this exact same character who steals, who hacks into Oa and steals, all the Green Lantern technology, their magical technology, and becomes Teen Lantern. All of these, he creates this angry black teen. Why are they angry? Why are these black teenage girls angry? Why are they stealing things all the time? Oh, they're geniuses. They're geniuses. Why do they need to steal, Bendis? Why is it that none of your white characters are stealing things? It happens to be the same teenage black character who keeps stealing shit from white people. That's interesting. All right, so this is going to happen. This is, of course, one of the big SJW moments of 2016, 2017. Tony Stark is killed right in the middle of the Avengers movies when Iron Man is so popular and everybody wants to know about Tony Stark. They kill him. They replace him with this character that nobody gives a shit about. And here's the reason why. Is this because this is a good character that people want to know more about? This character deserves a TV show because people are interested in. You've got Bucktooth Ron Mars right here. This guy, SJW Ron Mars, who started, by the way, amazingly, this is the guy who's responsible for Gail Simone's career in a roundabout way, because he's the guy who cut up Green Lantern's girlfriend and shoved her, refrigerated her body parts in Green Lantern. So he is the toxic masculinity that Gail Simone ranted about in her Women in Refrigerators column. And because of that, he kind of opened the door for Gail accidentally. He is the male chauvinist pig that believes women should be killed and stuffed in refrigerators, I guess. But here's his reaction. Oh, man, this is going to upset all the right people. Well done. Well done. Well done. This is what these SJWs are all about. This isn't about how cool this character is. This isn't about the future of Marvel Comics. This isn't about anything but giving you guys the finger. This is Marvel Comics happy that you might be upset that the Iron Man TV show that's coming out does not feature Tony Stark, but features this fake stand-in character that was created for the specific purpose of pissing you off. And boy, they love it. They absolutely love it. They get so excited about it. Can't wait. Can't wait until people complain. Can't wait until people complain about this. I mean, the fact of the matter is we're past that now. Now we're sitting here looking at people like Ron Mars and going, okay, we get it. This is a character. You guys are going to continue to push this character for whatever reason it is. We might watch it. We might not watch it. But why are you, somebody who can barely afford to pay your bills, why are you excited about the idea of pissing off your customer base? What is that? What is that phenomenon? What is that self-defeating, sad-ass phenomenon? You ridiculous chin biter, you weirdo. Why? Why are you excited about making people who have money angry at you? This makes zero sense to me. I will never understand this. I will never understand social justice warriors, but I'm telling you right now, fire every single one of them. If they are working for you, and I don't care. I don't care if Marvel succeeds or fails. I think Zach does. I realized after talking to Mr. Biggins the other day that Zach's goals with ComicsGate and for ComicsGate are different than mine. Zach is actually still trying to help the mainstream. He still wants Marvel and DC to succeed. Now, I don't. I want them to hit absolute rock bottom and be forced to change. I want Marvel and DC to see the error, the folly of their ways. I want them to absolutely, wipe the slate clean of every SJW after they've sunk beneath the waves. I'm not here to help Marvel and DC succeed. If anything, I'm here to help Marvel and DC fail and be replaced by ComicsGaters, by a new indie movement, a groundswell of creators who realized that Marvel and DC went the entire wrong direction by spitting on their customer base. And I believe out of ComicsGate, out of this indie revolution, will come brilliant creative people like myself who can and will, carry the comic book tradition into the future. I don't care if these people succeed or fail at all, but I would still tell them, I would still plead with them with all of my heart, with tears in my eyes. I am begging you, fire all of these SJWs. They're killing your company. They're absolutely killing your company. And you know what? Interestingly enough, at this point, this is just the beginning. You're still seeing Ron Mars and you're still seeing these people, these SJWs. They still have a little bit of bravado left. They're very excited about the idea that comics are going to come back. Mainstream comics are going to come back bigger than ever. Well, Marvel Comics is going to be in stores again in July. But Marvel Comics is just going to be publishing and releasing the comics that they've already had in the drawers. They are not putting people back to work in July. I don't know when they're putting people back to work. They furloughed most of their staff. They've told their creative staff pencils down. I hope you all have savings. But in the meantime, could you not shit on the customer base? I mean, who are all the right people that you're trying to upset? Who is it? Who are the right people? The right people to upset, I guess, are people that never bought Marvel Comics, never buy comics. You're trying to upset people who actually do buy Marvel Comics. It's shocking. And the end result of SJWism is consistently the same. It's predictable. Kickstarter right here. Kickstarter to lay off almost half of its employees now. This is brand new news. We talked about this. We talked about how SJWs are not selling comics through Kickstarter. Kickstarter, of course, is best known to ComicsGaters as a company that refused to publish Jawbreaker's Lost Souls, a book by your boy Zach, and drawn by John Malin. Talk about a double header, those two guys. You've got John Malin and you've got your boy Zach working together, two of the biggest names in ComicsGate. No wonder that book made $450-something thousand. They refused to publish it. Now, if Kickstarter had published it, they would have received 7% of that money. That's a lot of money. They would have received 7% of that money just for not publishing it. I'm sorry, hosting it on their platform, just allowing it to exist on their platform and receive backers' donations. They would have received 7%, but they couldn't do it because they hired SJWs who gatekeep projects by problematic people. And these projects don't even have to be politically biased in any way. In fact, Kickstarter constantly publishes books that are politically biased. Kickstarter publishes books called Punch a Nazi, books about actually assaulting Republicans who these people demonize as Nazis, as Hitler worshippers, these weirdos. So Kickstarter does publish far left pamphlets. They seem to be very wary of anything right-wing or even right-leaning, even if it's just created by someone who is slightly right-leaning. They refuse to publish Jawbreaker's Lost Souls. Instead, ComicsGate uniformly took all of their business over to Indiegogo. That is where we platform all of our crowdfunded books. And Indiegogo has done very well. I don't see an article that says Indiegogo to lay off almost half of its employees. I only see it on Kickstarter today. So they're laying off half of their employees. Crowdfunding company Kickstarter is due to lay off a large portion of its workforce in the wake of the global pandemic. Please fire Camilla Zahn. Fire everyone over at Kickstarter that is responsible, since this is about less projects and ComicsGate projects this year alone. This calendar year, in the last 4-5 months, I guess it's only been 4 months now, has raised over $2 million. That's what ComicsGate has raised over at Indiegogo, $2 million. 6% of that is what, $150,000? Is that what it is? I don't know what I can't do the math. I'm not good at it, but it's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that could have ended up in Kickstarter's coffers. And as we've learned, Kickstarter only makes $1.6 million a year. Imagine adding in just 4 months in 2020, 6 or 7%, between 6 and 7%, that's what Kickstarter charges, of over $2 million to their profits, just for turning a blind eye to anyone's political beliefs and instead publishing good projects. Who's responsible? Who is responsible for telling Jawbreakers, for turning down Jawbreakers Lost Souls? Who are the people who sent Zach that letter and said, I'm sorry, we're not going to publish your G.I. Joe versus King Kong book. We're not going to do that. Who is that person? Who is that group of people? Those people should be among the people who are losing their jobs at Kickstarter. And if they're not, I want to know why. You're not solving the problem. Half of its employees, thanks to a significant reduction in fundraising projects. The other part of this is this amazing phenomenon of SJWs telling each other not to work during the pandemic. Guys, people are hurting right now. So God forbid you should ask anybody for money. They do not understand the way business works. People are really hurting right now. So let's make it worse by not circulating any money at all. And that's what they told Sean Gordon Murphy. Sean Gordon Murphy was like, hey, I want to do a crowdfunding project. I think I'm going to do it at Indiegogo, said Sean. Even still, his peers said, don't do it. They said it's a bad look to try to make money right now during the pandemic. And because of that stupid attitude, there are fewer projects. Kickstarter has placed its hopes, its trust, its entire business in the hands of social justice warriors who don't believe in business. These people are anti-capitalist. They don't understand money. They don't understand how any of this works. So Kickstarter, congratulations. You've got a lot of sensitive people who are not doing business with you right now because they're afraid of doing business because business isn't being done. Dogs eating their tails. Snake eating their tail? Dog chasing its tail? I mean, for God's sake. This is all the same phenomenon. These are the same people. This is the same stupid attitude as Ron Mars. Oh man, this is going to upset all the right people. Well done. These people are not here to make money. These people are not here to do business. They are not here to make anyone wealthy. They're not here to make themselves wealthy. Why do you hire these people? Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Ron Mars hasn't had a job at a mainstream company in a long time. Rightfully so. But he's just one of hundreds of social justice warriors with this stupid attitude that have killed the comic book industry. And they've utterly killed the comic book industry. It's astonishing. Absolutely amazing. And by the way, guys, just count on this to continue happening. If Kickstarter decides that it's only going to do business with communists and socialists, they're going to go out of business. It's 50% of their workforce now. It's going to be 100% of their workforce. They will close down. It's inevitable. They unionize? What are you doing? What is going on over there? In the meantime, let's just look at Indiegogo. Indiegogo is platforming Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet. And I think that 7% of this would solve a lot of problems over at Kickstarter right now. 7% of this would solve a ton of problems. By the way, I want to point out, this is amazing. They told me, they said, you're never going to get to 5,000 backers, Ethan. You are never going to get to 5,000 backers. I'm 16 backers away from 6,000 backers right now, guys. 6,000 backers with over $700,000 in funding. I can't believe it. We've got 8 days left and we're a moonshot away from $1 million on the sequel to Cyberfrog Blood Honey. And we could get to 6,000 backers tonight. I would love to see that happen. That would be absolutely amazing. Indiegogo is not laying people off. Indiegogo is not going to lay anyone off during this time period. I have told people, no, now's an even better time to do crowdfunders. Are you kidding me? Why wouldn't you do crowdfunders right now? Everybody's in their home and they're bored. This idea that it's suddenly the grapes of wrath outside just isn't true. It isn't true. This is America. People still have money. People are still doing okay. People can still afford to spend $25 out of fun, just to have fun, to see a comic book come to completion, to support a campaign, to make a great comic book, to have something to look forward to. I mean, that's the most fun thing about Indiegogo to me. The most fun thing about crowdfunding is the idea of having something to look forward to. I do this all the time. I buy concert tickets and I just have them on my calendar. I'm like, I can't wait to see this 90-year-old perform. You know, you guys know the concerts I go to. I bought another ticket. I bought tickets to see Dion. I want to go see Dion again. How old is Dion? Yeah, but Dion is still here. He was supposed to get on the plane with Buddy Holly, and he didn't get on the plane with Buddy Holly. He was the only guy who was playing that show that night who didn't get on the plane. So out of respect, I got to go see Dion. So I'm that way. I like to buy tickets to things, and I like to just wait. I like to have something to look forward to. And if you back Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet, you're going to have something to look forward to. This is going to be in your hands this Christmas. Get this executive honeycomb box. Get one of everything in this campaign. I mean, look at this. Let's scroll down and look. This is now, by the way, initially this started out with just 4 items. There were going to be 4 books in this box, but now it's grown to this. Now these are the contents. If you back the executive honeycomb box, which is a magnetically sealed store folio, you know, this is made out of like a plasticky substance. This feels like remember the Trapper Keepers? It feels like a Trapper Keeper. Just so you know, this is not cardboard. It's like, what would you call it? It's like it's a harder kind of Trapper Keeper. I don't know. It's got plastic in it somewhere. Cyberfrog Store Folio. This is the ultimate way to enjoy Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet. It's a sturdy portfolio with a magnetic seal covered with honeycomb material printed on the outside and beautiful splash art of our heroes on the inside. It's a great way to protect and display your Cyberfrog collection on your bookshelf, but that's just the box. Inside, you're going to receive 1 copy of the Jay Lee variant cover, 1 copy of Salamandroid Death Sting with a triple gatefold glow-in-the-dark cover. Tells the story of what happened to Salamandroid, and you got to see that, dude. I will tell you, there's a great sequence where I can't tell you. Shit. I can't tell you anything about it because it spoils the story. Oh, remember when Chelsin said, you know, there's my heart and there's you and there's no difference between them? That whole line pays off. Okay, I can't wait until you read this. 1 copy of Heart Sick Horror. It's a bonus comic. It's a Cyberfrog bonus comic with art by E.J. Morges. You're going to get a copy of the exclusive gold foil and embossed Ultimate Blood Honey. This will be only available with this perk. I've taken the story content of Cyberfrog Blood Honey and added 1998 The Diary of Heather Swain and reprinted both at full size. 80 pages total. It's actually going to be 88 pages. Don't read into that, Nazi punchers. It's just, you have to, it's in 8s. You can only publish in 8s. This book will be printed on heavy gloss paper, perfect bound with a spine. The cover will be gold foil with the sculpted classic jumping image of Cyberfrog on it. Absolutely gorgeous. This edition is truly the jewel of your Cyberfrog collection. It'll be printed to match the orders of the Executive Honeycomb box set. So I'm going to print 2,500 of those, and that's it. 2,500 of those. You're going to get 1 copy of Amphibionics #2, which is an ashcan reprinting a story from 1998 in full color. By the way, I showed it on my Twitter today. I found the original cover that was meant to be used for Amphibionics #2, and for some reason, Harris Comics, they took an interior page, colored it, and made that the cover. Oh, fucking idiots over there. Oh my God. And anyway, I found the original cover as it was meant to be. We're going to put that on there. We're going to restore it just like we did with Amphibionics #2. The same exact thing happened. We're going to make it, we're going to put it out the way that it should have been, and it's going to match your Amphibionics #1 ashcan. We're going to make it exactly the same. So if you got Amphibionics #1, you're going to be happy to get Amphibionics #2. You're going to get 1 copy of Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet, Our Heroes Chromium variant, 1 copy of Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet, Villainous Scum Chromium variant, 1 copy of Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet, I Spit on Your Hive exclusive Chromium variant. You're going to get 1 exclusive Cyberfrog wall calendar that you can't get anywhere else. You're not going to be able to get the wall calendar anywhere except in this box, and 1 of every additional regular perk and achievement that this campaign sees from here. You won't miss any of the ash cans, cards, stickers, whatever. It'll all be found here in your honeycomb box. This is a subscription to the campaign. So this is what you should probably consider backing. We're only printing 2,500 of them, and we have less than 1,000 of them left. I think about 800 of them. About 800 of them are still remaining. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited about the idea of getting 6,000 backers, guys. 6,000 backers on Cyberfrog 2 with 8 days to go. This is what it's all about. This is why crowdfunding is fun. This is why ComicsGate is fun. And this is why we do what we do here. Thank you guys very much. Let's refresh this and see how much closer that we are. Let's see. Boom. All right, we got 4 new backers. We're 12 backers away. 12 backers away from 6,000 backers. I hope we get there tonight, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you guys for being here. Over here is Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales. This is going to print right now. Because I need to get this to you guys in July. And I want to get it to you before July. I want to get it to you in June if possible. We just passed $170,000 on this. This book keeps selling. Incredible. These are foil embossed covers of the 2 very first appearances of Cyberfrog. Very, very, very exciting indeed. And we've got this special J. Lee Wrecked Planet cover here. It's only going to be used for this ash can. So we're going to make an ash can. It's going to have 10 pages of preview material. And also, and don't kill me for this. Don't kill me for this. Okay. I'm putting in the origin of Scorpion in this preview ash can. It's only going to be 4 pages, but it's going to be exclusive to this because I need a place to put it. I've got the origin of Scorpion. It needs to be somewhere. It kind of explains and leads into Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. I mean, I guess I could put it at the end of Wrecked Planet. I don't know, but it's just a 4-page origin story. So I'm probably just going to pop it into this preview ash can here. Yeah, the chat is saying, don't kill. Oh, people want to kill me. Shit. I knew it. Tara Wombat says, oh, you dick. You dick. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. It's just got to get done. We've got to put this stuff somewhere. We need to put this information somewhere. It just seems like this is the best place to put it. Thank you guys a lot. And also, by the way, I just let's refresh this and see where we're at. We're now at like 5990. We're only looking for 10 more backers. 10 more backers to get this to 6,000 tonight. That is phenomenal. Thank you guys so much. Now I'm going to address you guys and see what your concerns are in the chat. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, everyone's very upset. Let's see. Put it in Wreck Fucking Planet, says Dionysus Power. I can put it somewhere. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put it in Salamandroid too. Because I could put it in the back of Salamandroid Death Sting. It's like I said, it's only 4 pages. Salamandroid Death Sting is 20 pages of story within a 32-page book. And I was going to use the other 12 pages to do like a Marvel Universe, like the Villains of Cyberfrog thing. But I mean, why don't I just do that? That just makes sense to me to put that in there. Wow, we had 2,100 people watching at the peak. Guys, thank you so much. This is I don't know. Is this the biggest audience that this show has gotten in a while? Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see. My concerns are your heart health, says Matt Becker. Thank you, Matt Becker. From my heart to yours. Don't worry. I'm doing just fine. CJ Corella says, I was hoping to see more spiraling from me. I think you got enough spiraling out of Donny Cates. All right. So 200 Watt Studio says, what happened with Cates? Well, we can go over that again. I mean, basically what I did with this show, and you can watch it, obviously that's what replaying is for, the replays. But what happened was Donny Cates, after appearing on my show on April 7th, Donny Cates made a fool of himself and was threatened by Marvel Comics. Marvel. I got a little fuzzy on my hat. It's driving me nuts. Wait, it's right here. I got to get my, last time I got my, there, I think I got it. Last time I got out my roller, lint brush, and you guys made fun of me for having a lint brush on hand, but every gentleman has a lint brush on hand. What are you kidding me? So Donny Cates was threatened by Marvel Comics for appearing on my show. Donny Cates did make a jackass of himself. It was funny. The video that we made of it went viral. People enjoyed it because Donny Cates had spent so much time denigrating ComicsGate, calling us bad names. Donny Cates, as an individual, went around and badmouthed me in public. Donny Cates went to some people who were planning on doing business with me and sat him down. Let me just talk to you. Before you make the mistake of doing business with Ethan Van Sciver, will you give me a minute of your time? Let's just have a sit down. 1 second. Please, once you hear what I have to say about Ethan Van Sciver, you're going to change your mind about wanting to do business with him. Yes, his book did raise $706,000 so far. That's impressive. But did you know he's a Nazi? Did you know he was a Nazi? He's the bigot. He's a Nazi. Did you know that if you look at his signature upside down and in a mirror, it's a swastika? I can prove it. I've seen it. Did you know? Now, this is what Donny did. Donny went around and tried to poison people who were doing business, who were planning on doing business with me, against me by telling them that I'm a bigot. And basically, Donny Cates using his influence as somebody who is a big writer at Marvel Comics, and people want to work with him because he's got a big name. He writes Marvel Comics. He went around and used that influence to get sit-downs with people in order to tell them that they shouldn't work with me when they should. I mean, it's just manifestly obvious that all of these people should be working with me. The answer is no. I'm not going to work with you. If you're, but they should want to work with me. So Donny Cates was threatened by Marvel for his really sad appearance. They're promoting his image as a little poser Satanist, soy boy, pussy. Marvel actually said, look, if you appear on any ComicsGate stream again, you will face formal. Okay, we're back for Disney. So the mouse screaming at you at the top of. Can you imagine being formally disciplined by Disney? Can you imagine that? My God, Donny Cates! I saw you on Ethan Van Sciver's live stream. You look like a total fucking pussy. You're representing this company. Do you understand? You made yourself and you made Disney look like total fucking jackasses. How dare you? If you do it again, we're going to have a sit down. Do you hear me? The mouse will fuck you up, Donny. I don't know if that's what it sounds like, but it's what I picture. I want to be threatened by Mickey Mouse. So Donny Cates basically took that and he went on a whole thing like, all right, so now I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there changing the conversation. If the conversation, you learn this on Mad Men. If you don't like the conversation, if you don't like what's being said, change the conversation. Change it. And go out there and do all these things for COVID charities for comic books. I mean, get out there and really use Bleeding Cool, use your contacts within Bleeding Cool to change the conversation about what a benevolent humanitarian you are for buying people their shitty Marvel comics for them. And that is, and that's what he did. So that's what we went through. We watched the video again. Some people might not have seen it. It was a month ago. We wanted to refresh people's memories about it, and that is that's what this stream basically was. All right, I'm going to read some super chats. Let's go over and let's just take a look. Let's check in on how close we are to 6,000 backers. Refresh this. Let's see. We're there. We did it. We're at 6,000 backers. Oh my goodness gracious. What can I tell you? We are at 6,000 backers, everyone. This is really amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing me over to 6,000 backers. This is this is extraordinary. Let's find out. Let's check in with Gail Simone. Gail Simone, have you heard that we're at 6,000 backers? Are you excited that Cyberfrog 2 has reached 6,000 backers? Let's see. Oh, thank you, Gail. Yay, everyone. Hooray. Hooray, toddlers. We did it. We're at 6,000 backers. Magnificent, everyone. Magnificent. Thank you so much, Gail. Thank you, everyone who supported Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet. Appreciate all you guys. Oh, wow. We're at 6,001 now, says Mark F. We did it, everyone. Yay. I had his whole article up. I mean, Gail Simone clapping at her fans like they're 5-year-olds. I really don't understand that. Like, we talk about this all the time. Should I do this or should I mean, this is a nice segue into the next segment. Should I do super chats first or should I go into the next story? What do you guys think? That's the question. Billy Powermax says Gail is so freaking hot. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you weigh 500 pounds. Like, it's hot. You know, I mean, yeah, super chats. Okay, let's do super chats, and then we'll just move on. I want you guys to understand this is how to do a live stream. You got to have your stories ready. You got to be ready to talk about things. You got to have a subject, and you got to make sure that your audience is taken care of. Their needs are met at all times, and. Yay. How come this is taking so long? How come I can't just instantly... Oh, wait. Okay, there it is. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the super chats, and it was just spiraling. My super chats were just spiraling at me for a little while, which I didn't mind. I didn't, you know, I'm not here to solve the problem. Sometimes I'm just here to listen. Sometimes I just want to listen to what's going on. Okay, wow, a lot of super chats. Thank you. Let me zoom out a little bit. Raging Golden Eagle, thank you. Danny Rendon says, I was watching Anna's stream. This better be good, Ethan. Fuck. It's not as good as Anna's stream, but I'll do my best. Hatch 450SX says, tell us all about females Caribbean pirates movie. I don't know anything about that. The Geek Conservative says, where's your hat and your gay shirt, Ethan? This isn't gay. I mean, it's pretty gay. I got my hat on. Let's see. Gaming or what? Trademark says, hail, Ethan. I just got back from my dentist. My lower lip is numb. Thank you for going live. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope don't chew on your lower lip. It's easy to just feel like your lower lip is a piece of meat when it's numb. And don't chew on it because you will bite it off. Dionysus the Pure says, muscle structure drawing lesson next, please. You want me to make a video about that? Okay. People are mad at me because I belched into the camera or into the microphone. I'm sorry. I do that a lot now. Let's see. Kenneth Day is a new member. Thank you for joining, Kenneth Day. You are going to get a Rumblebee trading card. All you have to do is send, go to the community tab. Look at the community tab. You will see a message there that can only be seen by people who have backed or who are new members of the show, who joined the show. Follow the directions and get a Rumblebee trading card. Matt G, thanks for $1. Amateur Ann, thanks for $2. Donnie getting pegged by his wife and now Marvel. Akapad, thanks for $13.69. Went live with my ComicsGate Indiegogo title Trial by Fire pre-launch. The 90s are back. Zool is a new member, is going to get a Rumblebee card. Francis Lancer says, I will say hi to anyone who did not support Trump. Deathwish says, got my Rumblebee card. Uncle A, have some stimulus. Thank you. The legendary Uriah says, Donnie, you better get down on ComicsGate BBC. Oh, you better get down on ComicsGate BBC. I think that's the British Broadcasting Company. That's Crash 6674 says Number one Marvel fan says, yo, what's up, guys? Hail ComicsGate. Thanks for being on tonight. My pleasure. Empyrean Vol says, sweep the leg EBS. Green Lives Matter says, thanks for $5 for that stuttering super chat. Literature Devil says, YouTube is ComicsGate country. Hashtag immortal ComicsGate. Dorby says, Donnie is a Satanist. He's a Satanist. When he demonizes the fans, he's really worshiping them. Oh, that's a good point. That drunk dial was comedy gold. So glad Dan was there to react live. Me too. Number one Marvel fan, thanks for $10. Says Donnie needs to come on and talk like a person. When cons start back, there's going to be drama. That should be funny. Pale Moon says, still waiting for Donny Cates to say hi to ComicsGate. Say hi, ComicsGate. Butterbiscuit92 says, why do you put us through this torture with Call? You guys need to know. I got to refresh people's. Some of you saw the call live or watched it later, but there are new people watching all the time, guys. We've still got almost 2,100 people watching right now who don't know what the F I'm talking about. We have to show them or remind them. Snarticon DM says, I just watched the fan advocacy stream where he said you weren't going to get to 5,500 backers. How could a guy that sounds so wise be so wrong? Fan advocacy is a fucking idiot. Heel versus Babyface, thank you for the rainbow unicorn sticker. I appreciate you. Snarticon DM says, Donnie is on double secret promotion. Matthew Godwin, thanks for $10. Just did a Trump art commission, made 0 political statements in the art. But the SJWs couldn't handle it. It's been a hilarious week of Facebook comments. Wow, Matthew Godwin, that is tough. That is tough. Black Mercury is a new member and will receive a Rumblebee trading card. Snarticon DM says, Donny Cates Apology Tour 2020. Francis Lancer, the worst thing that you can do to SJWs when you're a comic book pro is embarrass them. That is the worst thing that you can do. It's so funny. Francis Lancer says, RIP Marvel, press S to spit. Those of you in the chat, if you want to spit on Marvel, press S right now to spit on Marvel Comics. Love Pigeon's a new member and will receive a Rumblebee trading card. Thank you so much, Love Pigeon. Isaac Natero, thanks for $10. Hey, Ethan, have you considered changing your channel name to Ethan Van Sciver? I think it'll help your SEO. Most of your channel searches are people confused by your channel name. God bless. I think I'll just keep it as Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I like it. It's just my label right now. So, and the other thing is the minute I change my name to Ethan Van Sciver, somebody else will pick up Comic Artist Pro Secrets, some dunderhead, and think they're trolling. So I'll just hang on to what's mine. Raging Golden Eagle says, hopefully Indiegogo is careful because guess where all these Kickstarter failures will be applying for work. Indiegogo, just tell them Indy no. Go F yourselves. Love Pigeon says, going to your P.O. box soon. Doomsday Kingdom awaits. Yeah, I got to go over there. You know, we go to the post office every single day to drop off packages. You guys who are buying our stuff off of eBay, thank you so much. Everybody who is buying Cyberfrog Blood Honey off of eBay is remarking about how quickly it gets shipped to them. Andrea gets all your orders. She packages them up. I send them. I just take them around to the post office and drop them off on the back loading dock, and it gets you guys in 2 days. It's fucking remarkable. It's a great system. So, I just have to go into the post office, which looks bizarre right now. You go into the post office, there's a big plastic clear screen in front of the counter. And, it really is apocalyptic in there. Everybody's wearing masks. I try to avoid going into any places right now. It's just too creepy. But I will, because I want to get your Doomsday Kingdom package that you sent me and other people who have sent over presents. I want to go pick those up. And thank you for doing that. Mawa, thanks for $10, says, hey, hi, Ethan. Can't ComicsGate somehow work with or create a general importer for Europe to bring shipment costs down? Shipment cost of $20 to $30 for a $20 comic is just crazy. Yeah, I got to agree with you. And we're going to work on that over the course of the next couple of years because it'd be good to actually print comics in Europe and distribute them from there somehow. I don't know how to do that yet, but everything's going to change in comics. I really believe that, we're kind of leading the way to how comics are going to be sold. Everything is going to change, and I believe that people looking to make money in comics still are going to make things like that, mechanisms like that possible. NA says, hail, Sneck eating its tail is called the Ouroboros. Isaac Netero, thanks for $10, says, Ethan, they're organized as a public benefit corporation. Their financial statements are public or will be. Can't wait to see their operational expenses or what they're spending money on. LMAO. Peyton Holton says, tell me you love me in a sexy voice. You don't think my voice is sexy now? When I tell you guys I love you, I mean it. You know, you can infer sexiness in my voice if you want to. Strictly Jake says, Waylon Jennings, he didn't get on the plane, eh? Oh, that's true. David H says, are you going to offer head sketches on the hero variant cover? Yes, it's you can choose that at checkout. You can choose that as an add-on. Hatch 450SX is a new member and will receive a Rumblebee card. Cecil says, when Dion sings The Wanderer, it's about a lost adult. 200 Watt Studio says, what happened with Cates? Number one Marvel fan says, just back Tails again, buddy. $100 one. Oh, thank you, number one Marvel fan. Appreciate you. Paul Smith is a new member, will receive a Rumblebee trading card. The Christian Nomad, $20, says, Hail Caesar, can I get a shout out for the Emoji League issue number 1? Emoji League issue number 1 on Indiegogo. A ComicsGate comic aimed at kids, but fun for the whole family. Thanks, EVS. If not, my bad. Still love you. Why wouldn't I do that? Of course I would. Go look at Emoji League number 1 on Indiegogo. Rikers Island says, Art Germ Heather cover. That'd be nice. I actually spoke to them and his manager, and Art Germ's all booked up, but would be willing to do it. And his prices are cheap. Like, I really thought he was going to smack me for like, a 5-figure fade. No, it's reasonable. I would definitely hire him. David Tim says, sounds like Donnie Wade. Like Hig One says, actually, it was Waylon Jennings who didn't get on the plane with Buddy Holly, Big Bopper, and Richie Valens. Yeah, but Dion played that show that night. Trevor Bruce says, let Cecil in. 200 Watt Studio says, they'll be hell to pay. They'll be hell to pay. Mickey Mouse. Hatch 450SX says, Peregrine Wings of the Falcon, $90 from 20,000 K or 20K. 20K, that's $20,000. Congratulations to Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. Scotty Codomino says, will proofs be available of Cyberfrog 2? The answer is yes, there will be. Because I'm going to want to see a proof copy of it, and you have to print at least 250 of them. So I will sell those in some future campaign. Are Cyberfrog Blood Honey proofs still available? I don't have any. I don't have any at all. I don't know where they went. I want one, he says. When do Blood Honey line arts ship? We're going to ship those soon. If you bought one of those in the Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales, they're only like 16 sets that need to go out, so we will be shipping those very soon. Eric McIntyre is a new member and will receive a Rumblebee trading card. Pisces Gal, thank you, says, I missed out on some amazing ComicsGate comics. Can you show me the ComicsGate comics again so I can back them? A request from a Navy sailor stationed in Japan. Well, my ComicsGate comics are in the links in the description below this video right now. So feel free to go and buy those. And yeah, we will ship those to Japan very happily. Michael Rodriguez says, nice fat Buddha tee, Adam Post says, only 7 hours left for College of the Dead on Indiegogo. 7 hours, Adam. Oh my goodness. Metal Movies and Brewskis. Sign up for Butch Cleaver on Indiegogo. Thanks, EVS. Hello, I'm Yellow 007 says, hey, ComicsGate from Vancouver, Canada. Well, hey to you. Sketch Therapy says, how embarrassing. Death Pusher says, will line art variants ship with Unfrogger before? If you ordered just those alone, they will ship before. Unforgettable will ship. If you ordered all the books, then you'll wait. They'll ship with your Unforgettable books. Alan King is a new member. I wish Alan King were still alive. He's going to receive a Rumblebee trading card. Too Fat for this straitjacket says, congrats, you big, black, sexy woman. Check out Rocket Gal. Cool book. Blue Spectre says, foil pack for the trading cards, again like Cyberfrog Blood Honey. That's a good question. I'd be willing to do that. I'm kind of interested in doing that, and I considered announcing that as a stretch goal, but I'm worried that people don't want that. The thing about it is that people got those cards, and many people were afraid to open them. They're like, I don't want to open this pack of cards. I feel like it's going to devalue them. So I don't know. I would listen to you guys. At this point, there are 5 cards going on 6, because I think the $725,000 stretch goal is one more card. And if it's 6 cards, that would look so good in a pack. 3 of them are chromium, 3 of them are regular. But it depends on what you guys want. If you guys tell me that's something that you want, I will spend the money to make that happen. I think it would be kind of fun. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. If you guys think I should package the cards in foil like I did before with a new cover, let me see a 1. And if you think I shouldn't, you'd rather just get the cards separately, let me see a 2. And let me just get an idea, because if I just get the idea that you guys do want that, I will do that. Okay, we got some 1s right away. Don't put no pack, just write 2 if you mean no pack. Yeah. See, we're getting a lot of 2s. Some 1s though. I don't know. Some people are saying they don't care. That's cool. If you don't have a preference, that's fine. If you do have a preference, let me know. It looks even. I mean, actually, it looks like more 2s than 1s. It looks like more, yeah. All right. I know it's not exactly scientific polling, Adrian, but maybe I'll do a Twitter poll too, just to see. Send us 2 sets of cards, 1 in the pack and 1 open. That's a good idea. Jackie Meyer says, if you put it in the pack, we can't open it. Yeah, that's the concern of people. That is the concern. Whichever is cheaper, the cheaper option is just to send you the cards. The pack costs a lot of money to make. Those 2 cards, I will tell you, I got the bill for everything. It was like $16,000 to make the cards that I sent you guys. It's an additional $16,000 worth of spending to make some cards. They're about 30 cents a piece to make a trading card. So you're looking at about $1.50 right now. Out of the $25 that I collect from you guys to do, to buy Rec Planet, you guys are getting 5 cards. $1.50 of that money goes to your free trading cards. So you can see everything, expenses really whack down that money pretty quickly. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see. Swinging Cod says the sailor in Japan should have the comic shipped to the FPO AP, as it's just a domestic shipping. To the Naval Post, former Pacific Fleet sailor. Interesting. Okay, so we've been going now for a little over an hour. Do I feel like doing this? Do I feel like going on and talking to you guys about why SJWs baby talk each other? What is this shit? We're noticing this lately, and it's driving everyone nuts. Why do they talk to each other like they're little kids? We unraveled the mystery of Fuchsia, because I pointed out to you guys that all SJW comics are fuchsia for some reason. That's the color palette, fuchsia and blue. So why? Why is that? It's ugly. It doesn't look cool. Well, we discovered it was something called bisexual lighting. These people actually think about shit like this. Fuchsia and blue together indicate that you have no preference between men or women and you're bisexual. So if you are into sending subtle messages about your support of LGBTQ people, or that you are one, that your book has those themes, you use fuchsia and blue on the covers of all your books. It just means, look, yeah, it's blue and pink merging together into, whatever the hell you are. And that's the thing. So we're solving mysteries. Now, why, what is it? Why the hell are grown-ups in this day and age talking like little kids? Look at this shit. Embracing your inner child is comforting and fun. It's comforting and fun, and it just might revitalize the English language. You understand? I recently had the honor of meeting an award-winning literary sort, a man wry and restrained and overall quite utterly mature, who casually referred to having gone through a phase in his 20s where he'd been pilly. That is, when he'd taken a lot of recreational fucking drugs. The word had a wonderfully childish sound to it that tacked on Y, creating a new adjective in the style of happy, angry, and silly. My writer acquaintance, I recognized, was not alone in bending the language this way. On the sleeper hit sitcom Schitt's Creek, thank you for, I keep seeing that on Netflix. I'm not going to watch that now. For instance, one of the protagonists, David, speaks of a game night getting yelly, while his sister describes a love interest as homelessy. Meanwhile, back in real life, one of my podcast listeners informed me of a Washington, D.C. gentrifier who declared that a neighborhood was no longer as shooty stabby as it had once been. I mean, holy shit, these people are so goddamn annoying. Oh, my God. Ugh. Pilly and its counterparts are not just charming one-off neologisms. They're a sign of a broader shift in how Americans nowadays are given to putting things. More and more, adults are sprinkling their speech with the language of children. Young kids tend to simplify language, leaving out verbs. Daddy home, a toddler might say as her father walks in, or using words in incorrect but intelligible ways. Plurals like feets and deskses are common. My daughter at age 3 described herself, yeah, right, like you have kids, as the talky kind of person. The adoption of some of these linguistic tics by adults in the form of pilly and many other words has given rise to a register we might call kid speak, everyone. Kid speak, it's a new way of sounding real, with a prominence that would challenge a time traveler from as recently as the year 2000. They all talk like this. They all do this. Why are they all... Oh my God, these people are just clones of each other. They're just drones. Examples of kid speak are everywhere once you start to look. Take our newfangled use of the word because, as seen in sentences such as, I believe in climate change because science, and you're reading this article because procrastination? Fuck. Even 10 years ago, such constructions would have sounded like a clear grammatical error from someone still learning to speak English. Today, they have become so widespread that the American Dialect Society crowned because 2013's word of the year. The rhetorical appeal is easy to see, stripped of its of, because transforms from a way of elucidating one's case to a puckish refusal to do so. It helps its speaker hide behind the authority of the X and to avoid all the messiness of actual arguments. In many ways, it channels the stubbornness of the little boy who asserts nothing more than because when he's asked why he scribbled on the wallpaper with a Sharpie. Oh my goodness. Or have you noticed that to convey the emphasis or surprise, many young women have begun appending an to their sentences? No, move, it's for you, Most adults would recognize this as a habit of small children typically outgrow by middle school, but women have begun retaining it into adulthood. One can catch it everywhere, from the speaking style of the comedian Aubrey Plaza, who, to the local Chipotle. That women have started the trend is unsurprising, as women usually introduce new constructions into a language. Before long, research shows men tend to catch on. That's right, soy boys tend to follow what bitches do. Then there are exclamations like, I've had all the illnesses, which are one delightfully droll college student of mine recently told me after I asked why she'd missed class. Another student told me that his father, a veteran birdwatcher, had seen all of the birds. This phrasing dates back to a 2010 comic strip by artist Ali Brush, in which her character seeks, with ingenious ambition and little result, to clean all the things. I'm cleaning all the things. It reflects the cutely narrow view of the child who recounts to us specificities of her life, assuming that we as adults must be already knowledgeable about them. At the park, we were doing the jump game, and Michael told us we couldn't take turns until the Juicy Loops were gone. What's the jump game? The Juicy What's? And who's Michael? Clearly, Kid Speak affords its users certain rhetorical advantages. The way it playfully softens blows is part of why younger people on social media now couch what they say to each other in toddleresque. God damn, this is annoying. This is absolutely true. This explains it all. This is what they're doing. You know, we intellectuals, we look at them and we just go, what the hell are you? Why do you guys talk like this? This is why. They watch too much TV and they listen to each other. They imitate each other. But what made bright teenagers and 20-somethings start imitating 5-year-olds in the first place? And why are so many older Americans following suit? I mean, this is just what we watched Gail do. You win an award. Yay! Why do they? It's so frustrating. The slang of earlier decades offers some clues. The 1920s gave rise to the bee's knees, know your onions, and be yourself, meaning calm down. Phrases that were less childish than jaunty, cocky, and pert. The 1930s and 40s brought hep and slang like reet for right and chops for ability. 1990s veggies jumped from the lips of mothers spoon-feeding their infants to the menus of pricey organic restaurants. Perhaps no era slang more closely resembles the kid speak of today than that of 1970s America, a time of linguistically jolly childishness that gave us words and phrases like to boogie, warm fuzzies, space cadet, and far out. The parallel isn't so surprising when you consider the tumult of those times, the Vietnam War, but that cleaned all these people out. Watergate, stagflation, the energy crisis. After an interregnum, I don't know that word, of relative prosperity and peace, gloomy sentiments have returned with a new force thanks to the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the financial crash of 2008, the looming collapse of the environment. Is the environment going to collapse? I'm sorry, what? And the rise of dangerous, superannuated adolescents to the country's highest office. Oh, you're talking about Trump. The rise of a dangerous, superannuated adolescent. I see. Fuck you too. The horrors of the real world are enough to make a person seek the safety of childhood by any means, including linguistic ones. So Trump won, and all of these people became infants. Is that what you're telling me? Now it's starting to make sense. Trump won. The environment, the sky is falling, and so everybody is suddenly a toddler. Perfectly understood now. I got it. Moreover, young people today are afraid in ways that generations before them were not. They're also facing new compounding economic hardships. Many millennials and older members of Gen Z depend on their parents to help cover exorbitant rents. Looking at you, fucking Preston Poulter, you pussy, to help cover exorbitant rents or student loan payments. Get fucking jobs. Get out there and get jobs. How hard is it? Get a job. God damn it. My parents didn't have anything for me. They didn't have anything. Not a thing. Not a thing. I didn't have... If I wanted dinner, I had to go find it myself. Bastards. Oh, help, Mom and Dad. I'm 30 years old. Mom and Dad, help me. God, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And that's why... And then you have... Your parents are paying your way, and that's why you're talking like an infant. You're talking like a toddler. You stay an infant and they keep having to pay your bills. Jesus Christ. Let me think about that for a minute. Mommy sends me money every month. I'm 35. And fuck ComicsGate. It doesn't deserve to live. Surveys confirm intuition here. A pair of 2016 studies led by April Smith, a psychology professor at Miami University in Ohio, showed that over the past few decades, young people have become newly fearful of reaching adulthood. It is very scary, but it does happen, trust me. Agreeing more and more with such statements as, I wish I could return to the security of childhood, and disagreeing with one such as, I feel happy that I am not a child anymore. How do you, is it any wonder that another example of today's kid speak is referring to grown-up activities with the ironically distancing term adulting? Fuck. Zach, I hope you're watching right now. This is absolutely incredible. These people are afraid of becoming adults. According to this article by a retarded person who talks about the sky falling and Trump, being the reason why they get to stay kids, they get to stay as children. They don't have to face the world. They were hoping that the world was going to go one way. They were pretty sure. Because they were watching it on TV that they would never be opposed again. They would never face any disagreement ever again because of something called what was it? What was the word that they used that just meant that basically Latinos were everywhere and were therefore they were all voting Democrats. So they never have any disappointments. They'd never have any disagreements again. And everyone who disagreed with them would just be swallowed up and ignored. And then Trump happened, and then they became children. They became angry toddlers who were afraid of adulting. What is the word? Demographic. Yeah, demographic destiny. That's right. Demographics. Yeah, there are more Latinos in America. It's too bad they're all in California. You guys kicked ass in California. What can I tell you? You guys rocked California. But yeah, the rest of the country still disagrees with you. The rest of the country. So that's a problem. You're going to have to learn to adult. You're going to have to practice adulting. Yeah. Given the magnitude of recent social and political unrest, not seeing the upheaval reflected in language would have been surprising. And social media have only quickened the pace of the change. What 50 years ago might have been a ripple among people in one city now permeates the nation. As marvelous as Broch's All the Things cartoon is, no 1970s era technology would have enabled a self-published comic strip to attain international reach and coin a new idiom. That is correct. And that is why Marvel Comics had to yell at Donny Cates, because, you know, before he would have just made an asshole of himself on the phone to me, and only I would have known about it. But instead, because of the internet and because of the permeation of the internet and its ability to reach international reach. Now, that's the problem. Marvel Comics had to say to Donny Cates, you made an asshole of yourself, you know, up across the entire internet. Shocking. It's absolutely shocking. That couldn't have happened before. Thank God for the internet. A generation understandably spooked by adulting may well embrace the linguistic comfort food of childlike language, and once established, the habit can easily make the jump to those of us more advanced in years. After all, a kid lurks inside every one of us. Jesus Christ, speak for yourself. Fucking hell, call the FBI. Call the FBI. And few people are immune to the sheer infectiousness of creativity. Young people are the primary drivers of language change, but even we olds, as the young are wont to put it, like to change things up now and then. We're old, not dead. As new slang creeps across generational divides, however, it inevitably stirs up people's deepest linguistic anxieties. Does the new trend of kid speak represent a dumbing down of the English language and of American society as a whole? No, it just means that you're pussies. It's not dumbing down. It's not dumb. It just means that you're cowards, you know, who are unwilling or unable to become adults and get jobs and stop suckling at the teat of your parents and of the government. Just like Luke Skywalker in his bathrobe, suckling on the teat of Blue Sea Monster. You, children, bearded man babies, suckling upon the teat of the government and your parents. A perfect metaphor. Perfect metaphor. With the rise of kid speak, we're actually witnessing English's enrichment. It's been it has long been ordinary for one language to borrow from another. Schadenfreude, harikiri, and even from a dialect of the same language, Black English, has lent mainstream English words like dis and the angry meaning of salty. Kid speak extends our word stock in exactly the same way that Old Norse, French, and Latin once did. On the internet, for example, kid speak refers to a small kitty and a small baby, but not a small mailbox or a small Blu-ray player. Small, then, is not merely a way of spelling small, but a more specific term referring to diminutive cuteness. I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know about diminutive cuteness. Not at all. Just missing out on becoming Word of the Year at the American Dialect Society's 2019 meeting. I'm going to go there with a baseball bat and clear that place out. Was the monosyllabic yeet, seemingly meant to mimic the sound of something being thrown into a container or through a net, and often pronounced with a celebratory gesture to that effect. One now speaks of yeeting an empty can into the trash. And the word has even developed an irregular past tense form, yote. We have kid speak to thank for introducing these new layers of playfulness and subtlety into our repertoire. Cool. Well, Kickstarter yeeted or yote half of its SJW staff into the garbage can just today. Kickstarter actually They did. They yeeted or yoked almost half of their employees today. They yeeted them. Fucking fired them. They yeeted them into the garbage. All right. English language today is arguably more fertile than it's been since Shakespeare's time, and those itchy about the novelty of kid speak might consider that not so long ago pedants were insisting the proper person should say balcony for balcony, stamp out non-words such as standpoint, and use obnoxious to mean ripe for injury. Their arguments failed miserably when presented to everyday speakers who tend to have good intuition about how language should work. Amid today's dreadful news cycles, the emergence of kid speak is something to celebrate, everyone. It's something to celebrate. Oh, goodness. This new slang is totally natural and endlessly witty collective advancement of the American idiom, wielded selectively and with a fundamental irony by people fully in command of the standard language forms. It makes for more interesting, nuanced talk. I, at least, am glad to be living with the English of right now, surrounded by all the new words. Fuck you. Fuck you. What a bunch of fucking scumbags. Oh my goodness. What a bunch of pathetic buffoons. What a bunch of fools. What a bunch of jackanapes. I would like to yeet them all into a stump grinder. Overhand. Like this. Overhand into a stump grinder. Here's the stump grinder. And I got you. I got a soy boy who's talking like a toddler because of Trump. I got him and I go like that. Boom. Into the stump grinder. God, that's what I want to do right now. Where's Gail Simone to go, yay, when you need her? That's what I would expect to happen. All right, let me see what you're saying in the chat. Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hello. Doom Bunny says, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Well, it's not my fault. What with a fucking trebuchet. Ooh, I like that. So into a stump grinder via a trebuchet. Just fling the trebuchet towards the stump grinder. That would be great. Ben Colvin announces that he will not drink the soy. They can call Gail the stump grinder. Or they call Gail the stump grinder. That's her nickname. LOL clip Gail saying yay. I got to put that. I need Gail saying yay to be like a regular thing that I could just go to. Like just go over into brand here and poof, yay. Yeah, that's endlessly useful. What's a gunt? Says Past Mastodon. See, that's a new word enriching our English language. A gunt is when your stomach is so fat that it hangs low over your vagina and looks like an extra vagina. That is what I understand a gunt to be. And it's childishly pluckish. It's a new addition. And I'm grateful to be living in the world of 2020 with all the words like gunt or like fupa. Fupa is a synonym. Mangina is a synonym. Same thing. Simp was a good addition. I have to admit, you are right. You got Green Cecil. Thank goodness for simp. We did add a new word like simp. There's news about Dan Fraga. Dan Fraga is healing up well. Dan Fraga had a rock in his urethra, from what I understand. That's the worst thing that can happen. And the reason why that happens is because you're not drinking enough water. You need to be drinking a lot of water. Let me drink some water right now because I'm afraid of getting a urethra, stone. Don't do that, guys. Do not get a urethra stone. Yeah, Fraga. Everyone hopes Fraga's okay. Drink more water, Dan. That's the thing. We dehydrate. All of us comic book artists, we dehydrate very quickly. It is important. Who wants to hear a story about a pedophile? Let's see. Mr. Solomon says, okay, he doesn't mind the baby talk, but he's not an SJW. I hate the baby talk. Let me just pull the chat. Who wants to hear a story about a comic book artist who is a pedophile? No, artist or writer? I think he was a writer who's a pedophile. He's in jail right now. Does anybody want to hear about that or no? Somebody else said you have a rock in Uranus. No, I don't. No, not that I know of. Let me see. Yes, me. No, me. A lot of people are excited about hearing. What is going on in comics? The weirdest people. I can't stand it. Mark Waid's friend, Green Lantern writer Gerard Jones. Not Gerard Way, not the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. Gerard Jones writes a blog from prison. Mark Waid stood up for this dude. Big fan of Gerard Jones. 2 years ago, comic book writer Gerard Jones was sentenced to 6 years in federal pound-me-in-the-ass prison after pleading guilty to charges in regarding to distributing and possessing child pornography. Here he is right here. Oh, how come I can't see his face? He looks like a nice guy. But to be fair, why is it so big? To be fair, I don't know what kind of face that you would make for your mugshot, if you're about to go to federal pound-me-in-the-ass prison for looking at pictures of naked kids, I guess. That's the face, right? That's the face that you make for that snapshot. Yeah. Regrets. I've had a few. All right, let me see. Forget this dude. Yeah. All right. So he was arrested in September 2016 after YouTube tipped off police that he had uploaded suspect videos to a private YouTube channel. He was charged the following January. Although originally planning to plead innocent, having gathered character witness statements from his friends, neighbors, and comic book industry colleagues, including Mark Waid. Mark Waid said, no, don't let him go to jail for this. He changed his plea to guilty at the last moment. The good character statements were then used by his legal team. Let me see. Let's look at those good character statements. James Hudnall wrote for him. That's messed up. Will Jacobs, Mike Barr, all these guys, Mark Badger. Where's Mark Waid? Where's Mark Waid's good character statement? Alongside psychological reports to argue to allow Jones a bail before sentencing, which unusually was granted. He began his sentence on November 30th, 2018. He has now started to write a blog written on paper in jail, then transcribed and uploaded by former colleagues, titled The Porn Prison, From Addiction to Freedom, From Exploitation to Love. It has Jones accepting his crimes, but also looking at the role he sees played by pornography and drugs in his crimes. And here it is. So if you want, I'm not going to read this. This actually makes me physically ill. Let me see here. Ew. I want to read this to myself real quick. Gerard Jones is known for co-creating the Ultraverse character Prime about a child who instantly turns into a super strong adult superhero. Little irony there. Yeah. So after his arrest, DC Comics canceled planned reprints of his Justice League and Green Lantern work. Since then, some of his work has, however, come back into print. So that's in the news today. A lot of weirdos in comics, guys. What are you going to do? Yeah. Let's see. Hunter Grendel says, hail, Uncle E. If you go back and read Gerard Way's Prime, not Gerard Way. Gerard Way is the guy who is in My Chemical Romance. Gerard Jones. Prime series with the adult hero liking an underage girl. A lot makes sense now since his arrest. That's interesting. But don't blame it on My Chemical Romance. Don't blame it on them. They didn't do anything wrong, as far as I know, except make weird music. Cecil says, pedos get the rope. Yeah. No, not Gerard Depardieu. No, not that guy. Not the French actor. Not at all. Different guy. Louis Fillet says, Trebuchet, Uncle E. Trebuchet. They're all around, man, these people. You never know. You never know. Be suspicious of everyone in the mainstream. That's my advice to you. Be suspicious of them for every reason. Suspect them of everything, and you know you will rarely go wrong. All right, let me read some super chats here. I'm skeeved out. Hold on a second. All right, I'm fine. Congrats on 700K and 6,000 backers. Oh, that'll be good news. Hold on. Before I get to super chats, let's go over and let's look at Cyberfrog. Thank you. By the way, Louis, I love your avatar, brother. I swear to God, Joseph McCarthy. He would not have stood. He would not have stood for any of this pedophilia bullshit. He just wouldn't. Damn it. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to go back to my super chats. He would have sent them all to prison. Absolutely. Joe McCarthy. All right, let's see where we're at. Cyberfrog 2 wrecked planet. 6,005 backers, everyone. Getting really close to $710,000 with 8 days left. And what can I tell you? By the way, we have passed. Here's what I want you to understand. We have passed Earthworm Jim's 2-month total as defined by Indiegogo. Indiegogo says, yeah, you ended it at $696,000, Doug. Doug Tenaple waited until the next day where he had $703,000, and he said, my 2-month total is $703,000. Well, we passed that too. So hooray, huzzah. This is all good news. And we're heading now towards our next goal, really. Our next big goal is to get to 800,000, but to get to 816,000, which passes Earthworm Jim's 5-month total. 5 months, it made $815,000. Can we do that in 8 days? I don't know. But we're going to try. We're going to try to get there. That would be amazing to do that. To be the undisputed. At that point, we'd be the undisputed champions of Indiegogo. ComicsGate would retain the crown of being the undisputed biggest funded comic of all time. I think we can do it. I think it's possible. I'm not saying we're definitely going to do it, but I think it's possible. In 8 days, I think it is possible to get to 816,000 and defeat the ultimate evil. That would be great. Brian says that's about $13,500 a day. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But we might be able to do it. We still might be able to do it. And that would be do you believe in miracles? Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales 1 and 2 still doing great business, everyone. Look at this. We just passed 3,100 backers, which is amazing. It's just amazing. Every day I'm just impressed. Cyberfrog is a freight train. Everyone loves it. Everyone fears it. The SJWs. They actually did a pretty good parody comic today, like making fun of ComicsGate. It was just a cover, but it was like making fun of what ComicsGate comics are. And the cover had Kermit the Frog with a robotic arm and a sexy girl's body and a ponytail. And it had Sean Gordon Murphy's tattoo on its ass. So I went, that's close. I would actually buy that comic. To be honest with you, you guys have stumbled on something. USJWs have stumbled on the perfect book. I would completely read a comic book about Kermit the Frog with a sexy girl's body and a metal arm and Sean Gordon Murphy's tattoo, whatever, the gear shift thing, on the girl's ass. That would be incredible. Yes. All right. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're reading super chats. I know how to use YouTube. I know how to do a live stream. Michael Bancroft is here. Says saved up for over a month to get the honeycomb box worth every penny. Congrats on kicking so much ass, EVS. Back the Lucent Waking Dream on Indiegogo. Well, congrats to you, Michael, because I understand that campaign's doing very, very well right now. The Lucent. Waking Dream on Indiegogo. CG World Order says, leave erect up until it hits 1 million. Okay. Hunter Grendel says, hail Uncle E. If you go back and read Gerard Way's Prime. Okay, we read that one. Darth Fatass said, what did the perverted frog say? Rub it. Mr. Solomon says, okay, he doesn't mind the baby talk, but he's not an SJW. Michael Rodriguez says, this article makes me want to jump into the wood chipper. Michael Beacon says, yeet SJWs with trebuchet. Boogiebot Comics says, if these people think they can talk down to me like I'm a baby, I'm going to talk down to them like a man. Dan Brusco says, can we please have mummy news instead of this? No. Mr. Solomon says, the author, John McWhorter, is against this baby talk and is mostly on our side political. He's an anti-Ta-Nehisi Coates, whom he can't stand. Well, that's good. Michael Rodriguez says, speaking from experience, I think the adult child speak is just Peter Pan syndrome. They don't want to grow up and get a job. They want to watch cartoons and be cartoons themselves. That is true. They want to watch cartoons and be cartoons. Level 6 says, first date talk, PP touch, good. By the way, that is profound. They do want to be cartoons, don't they? All of their avatars are little cartoons of themselves. You know. And by the way, every time I say stuff like that, people go, yeah, but look at your avatar. It's the laughing man. That's not me. Look at me. I don't look like that. I wish I looked like that. That's just the laughing man. That's my logo for the all caps comics. Let's see. Raging Golden Eagle says the participation trophy generation never grew up. Not applicable says, do you hear voices too? Save the Fantastic Four 2 says people who can't handle struggle or confrontation and believe that all offense is assault talk like babies to be unthreatening. Thus kids speak. It's a good theory. Salt says don't let Zach see this. He'll Minecraft himself. Rogue Alexander says, hi, Ethan, big fan. Sorry if I missed it. Are you going to be making a honeycomb box set for Blood Honey? Yeah, okay, so I think for Warts and All, the Warts and All campaign, I'm going to make the box for Blood Honey so that you can put all your Blood Honey boxes in it. I'm going to make it empty, or the optional, I'm going to put the silver foil Blood Honey in there, like, you know, so if you want, you'll have two choices. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do it because you guys want it, and I think I can sell them, so why not? Trevor Nielsen says, hey, Uncle Ethan, check out my book, The Death Ray of Dr. Vindictus. Cecil says, the virus isn't deadly enough. Adrian Stone says, I have maybe the driest perk suggestion ever, microfiber cloths with artwork to keep the chromiums clean. Well, that's interesting. That's a thought. Swinging cod, they work, by the way. Microfiber cloths, you can just like, I've gotten fingerprints on the back of a chromium book, and I'll scrub it out with the microfiber cloth, or the same thing that you use to clean your glasses. Swinging cod says, the sailor in Japan. Oh, I read that one. Scotty Kodomino says, I left an easy to view perks list for Wrecked Planet in the campaign's comic section. If I'm missing anything, please let me know. I saw that, and I think you got them all. Killboy Games says, congrats on 700K, 6,000 backers. Ren Wesley leaves me a nice sticker. Thank you. Snarkticon DM says, we're not good enough for Alan King. We only rank at Dick Cavett, and that's not good to me. David Tim is a new member and will receive a Rumblebee trading card. Daxamite says, I got my Sal sketch. Thanks. Well, thank you. Blue Spectre says, foil pack for the trading cards again? I guess not. I don't know. Seems like people don't want them. So probably not going to do that. Okay, I'm all caught up with super chats. I think looking forward to the next nude drawing session, says Danik Farizu. Let's see. As long as foul mouth puppet avatars are okay, says Donald Delay. Angry Baneling says, wow, praise the handsome son. Well, praise you all. Praise everybody in the chat. Love you guys very, very much. I want you to go out there, have a great day. I don't know who's doing another stream. Somebody is in ComicsGate. Make sure to do that. Make sure to, go watch some more ComicsGate streams. CJ Corella says it puts the microfiber cloth in the box or it gets the hose again. It puts the microfiber cloth. I don't know if I can do that voice. It puts the microfiber cloth in the... No, I can't do it. Black Tiger 001 says, I'm getting the executive box. Do I need Unforgettable Tales? You don't need anything. You should get the executive box. Unforgettable Tales are reprints, color reprints. Because the original books were black and white and on newsprint, right? Of the very first two appearances of Cyberfrog. They are not necessary to read. They're of historical value and just for collectible fun. for people who are curious and want to read the first 2 appearances of Cyberfrog. I was just about to say, like, do you need to read Amazing Fantasy number 15 to pick up Amazing Spider-Man? Mm-mm. You might want to read it, though, for fun, and you can't afford it. It's too expensive, so you would pick up a reprint to read Amazing Fantasy number 15. That's what this is. The best possible way to read it, too. Relettered, recolored. Justice Wright says, hey, hail ComicsGate. Hey, Ethan, I just launched my new comic book, The Ultimate Crusaders, on Indiegogo. It's a sci-fi action adventure inspired by 2000s cartoons and comics. It's called The Ultimate Crusaders on Indiegogo. Well, good luck to you. Thank you guys very much. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Wow, we had 2,100 people in here tonight. Really spectacular turnout. Love it, love it, love it. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.